Art are embodiments of ideologies which are carried and spread throughout society. That is to say, if you uproot and undermine these very important cultural artifacts, that is akin to cultural appropriation and neo-colonialism, which is a form of modern-day plunder, stealing from the very people who created the art in the name of preservation, in the name of sacrificing their identity. A few reasons why side proposition cannot take this debate. Number one, let's examine burden fulfillment, because this is a value judgment motion. From the lens of a neutral observer, which we categorized and classified from our side of the house as being important in terms of the community, the artist, and the huge swaths of people which we think are important to respect it. I'm not entirely sure who died and made side proposition the art police of the world, because are they the artist? Are they the community? No, they speak from the rhetoric of the museum, who wants every incentive structure to be able to make money off the backs of these people and take advantage of their cultures, their stories, and their narratives. That is to say, the harm of cultural appropriation is likely to happen on their side of the house when a lot of these artifacts end up going to New York City, to the British National Museum, and the common denominator is many of these are located in EPL, Western, white countries, like what my partners have characterized, against the back of indigenous cultural minorities. They claim they preserve it, but Brent, in his extension, talked about how this undermines the experience, of which we heard little to no response for. There are 5 things unrebutted from our side of the house if you check your flow. A, an incentive structure to protect it from the government and local community who create that art, those independent locales. B, there being no consent of the artist, community, or their estate to literally take that away from those particular people, a principled push you got from my speech. C, something Matthew and Brent talked about, the creation of cultural heritage sites, which is the even if and worst case, absent these things literally being there. Let's say it's flooded, let's say it's destroyed. Like I talked about in my point of information, you still unlock the beautiful visceral experience of being able to go there. D, the preservation of identity of the artist in the community, which is the focal point and presupposition of why that art was created in the first place. And E, who this art was made for. It was made for those particular people. Sure, in a vacuum, it's good. It's made for the world. Something that their side wanted to push. But we think that it's not necessarily literally for everyone, because on our side of the house, you create more value when you put the effort to go there to literally visit these particular people it was proximate and made to. Look at the Colosseum. Look at the Great Wall of China. Look at all the burned and broken art in the Vatican City. People make an effort in an exercise of their identity and culture to fly and travel all the way there if they want to see it. Moving all of these things to like a British museum or an American museum bastardizes the particular art and is a form of modern day theft and plunder in the name of defense. Ladies and gentlemen, we really have to ask a very simple question. Which team was ultimately able to prove the extent of the harm? And we think that was something you consistently get from our side of the house. We were more comparative, we were more engaging, and we were able to explain why in the worst case, even if these things are destroyed, it's completely valid to still keep them there in the name of preserving identity, culture, and religion. And for all of these reasons, we are very proud to stand on side negative.